have a wife? Yeah. Her name is Apex Legends.
はい、どうも、まとめです。ということで今日は NRG インタビューの第2回目となります。2回目の本日は NRG 所属のノクターナル選手です。僕の最推しの選手ですが、前回のモンスーンのインタビューと比べて、ちょっと固めというか、なんて言うんだろう、真面目系のインタビューとなっています。僕がもうガチガチに緊張しちゃってっていうのもあるんですけれども、でもよりノクターナル自身のことを深く知れるようになった動画になったかなと思いますので、ぜひご覧ください。じゃあまた次の動画で。
So I'm Nocturnal. I'm the IGL for NRG. We have both Fun and Reptar are kind of finding their roles right now. Fun usually predominantly an anchor player, sits in the back and covers our backs and makes sure we don't get pushed. Right now we're experimenting with Reptar doing that. So right now we're in the limbo of trying to figure out what roles we have for the roster, other than me just being main fragger and IGL of the roster. I'd say like the uniquest of our roster right now is that we're basically 3 MNK players. So you have like the 3 MNK mindset of like always playing to win, with the 10% opportunities of like, oh, we're in this situation, so we have to fight forward. But I will say we have a lot of thinking power when we're online together. It looks flawless and seamless, but it definitely can be a detriment when we're just having our off days. I will say the strengths of our team members probably right now our strongest is me and Fun's just chemistry. We've been teaming for 3 years now, I think. Me and Fun. And then also Hodsik and I have been working together for 4 a long time. So I have a lot of chemistry between me and Hod and me and Fun, and then we also have a lot of flexibility with Reptar where he can play a decent amount of characters, he can play a decent amount of roles. We just need to find the slots. So it's a lot of experience and a lot of flexibility, which makes me happy. So currently the issues we have on our roster is that we don't really have a hype man. Before we had like Guild, Sykes, even Koi. We had people that brought a lot of energy, and this current roster is very can't like force energy. So we have to, if we have a good game 1, we can bring that into game 2, game 3. But if we have like a mediocre game or like a worse game 1, then the energy just like we can't force ourselves to be energetic. We have to have those good games, and it's a really rough situation to be in. We're trying our best to fix it, but it's like something just like it's kind of just a personality issue. Not really an issue, just a personality trait. We're not very energetic or explosive people personality wise, so that's the main thing we really need to work on. Maybe most of them, honestly. Most of the APAC-North teams are realistically just like, I mean, they're looking scarier and scarier each year. I think this year will definitely be their shining ground of players. I think, obviously, by far, Fnatic is the most talented players, and I think they're the most scariest roster I would be afraid of right now. Personally, I've had more conversations with Hal. I've been more of a friend with Hal. I've gone through all the emotions with him. I've had butt heads with him many years in a row. I think Hal's a closer friend. But I do respect Zero. I respect Zero because Zero reminds me of myself. Just a little bit unfiltered. So I respect Zero as a player infinitely more. Because he just reminds me a lot of myself. But Hal as a person, I definitely like more, and Zero as a player. So yeah. Oof. Daily scheduling for Pro League is usually I try to wake up I like to be on a morning schedule. So it's morning schedules are not favorable for LGS whatsoever because we're playing at 6, 7 p.m, 8 p.m. And I usually like to wake up at 7 a.m, 8 a.m. and get some sunlight, get some coffee, get some breakfast. But and then 12 hours later you're playing LGS and you're absolutely tired. So I'm usually like scrambling to fix my sleep schedule, waking up a couple hours beforehand, you know, drinking a lot of water. I tend to not eat before LGS because I have a lot of like a bit of an anxiety and like acid issues, so I kind of avoid like eating before. Schedule before LAN is usually just, you know, eating very nice local food and spending as much time with my team and, you know, VOD reviewing, getting as much practice as possible, and really just straightforward. Like they'll tell us to do a bunch of things, and then it's literally all you are there for is to make sure you're a human and then play Apex. My mind goes to like the person I respect the most is like, it's gonna be something that like most people wouldn't really expect, but it's T Squared, who used to be a caster, used to be a aspiring pro player for LGS, Halo Pro, and he was someone I looked up to growing up. I would watch him on like television playing Halo professionally and see him on like the commercials and stuff like that. You know, he was a shining icon for gamers. He trash talked, he was professional, he did everything, and he made a business for himself. He made a very like promising dream for gamers, and I would say he's probably my most respected gamer. I would have to say just overall, honestly. My favorite weapon is the Sentinel. It's nothing better than hitting a charge like headshot off the rip and ruining people's games. So much fun. I've changed this one like 1,000 times. Favorite Pokemon? Honestly, I'm gonna go with a new one. And it's a new Pokemon, and it's Ogerpon. And Ogerpon is one of the cutest new legendaries ever, and I'm a huge fan of Ogerpon. Old ones? Old ones probably like... I'm gonna say the classic, like Gengar. I love Gengar. I think it's so cool. Nocturnal came from League of Legends, where I would literally play like 16, 18 hours of League back in high school days. Sorry, I'm sick. But yeah, I used to play like 16, 18 hours of League just consistently every day. I wouldn't sleep during the night. I'd go to school. I'd sleep during school. Come home from school, play League, and my grandma would call me Nocturnal, and that just stuck, and I got it from my grandmother, who I lived with at the time. And then the OH part is nothing significant. It just came from like a bunch of Halo players used to have that kind of stuff, and I just tagged it in front of it. It just sounds cool. Nothing special behind it though. I mean, I guess the easiest answer is the Horizon game in Sorting Factory back in 2022 Winter Split, where I'm playing with Flanker and Alberlily. It deemed to be the Rat King title, where I Horizon lifted on top of like one of the reactors, like the toilet bowl, whatever rimmed reactors, and I sat up there for a good 10 minutes. I was conversating with my teammates about the snow and stuff and just having a good time. And then I got a top 3 game from... We almost died in 20th place, where both my teammates died at 20th. And I managed to run straight through zone, rat to top 3 with 6 kills, and earned the title of Rat King. So I guess that's the simple answer. My favorite meta would probably be the Wraith Bloodhound Gibby meta, the complexity era, where it really felt like you had to be on your team play, on your macro rotations. Like that meta personally felt like it showed the highest skill level of team cohesion. Crypto meta, I love the character, I love the aesthetic of it, but man, they overtuned the hell out of that character. No, we did not need Sombra in Apex Legends, and we did not need Sombra in 20 form. It felt amazing to join NRG because we were talking about them after we lost Xset, and we lost Koi to SSG, and we were talking with them before EWC, and we thought we had a decent chance to get in the EWC. but it completely flipped up. It flipped everything on our heads, and we had to qualify through the top 2 open bracket of EWC. So when we qualified through EWC and we secured NRG, it felt like weight off my shoulders. I'm also an incredibly close friend with one of the higher ups with NRG. I've known him for 8-9 years now from Overwatch 1. He's a really good friend of mine, and to be on the same company as him, it's pretty much a dream come true. I'm wearing the jersey right now too. And yeah, I'm hoping this is the last org. I don't hopefully have to find another org after this. I would love to be on NRG for the rest of my gaming career. Split 1 took a huge chunk out of me emotionally. I had to really rethink of what I was doing and how emotionally vested I was. At some point when you're professional, you get really just beaten down, and you have to just sit there and reset. If you can't reset, you'll just sit there and keep losing and keep losing and keep losing and keep losing. And it's really brutal. So I had to, after we lost Koi, after we didn't qualify split 1, I had to sit down, figure out what to do next, and basically just say, hey, I don't want this ever to happen again. I've been working for 5 years now. I've never missed a LAN before, other than X Games and the original Dallas LAN. I haven't missed a LAN in 5 years, so let's not do that again, and just put my head down. Don't let the emotions take over me, and just work my hardest. And I will always work my hardest. And if I lose, regardless of working my hardest, I try my best at the end of the day, and I can't really be too mad at myself. How I recovered, man. I'm not gonna even lie. I still haven't recovered. I have a lot of mental struggles that I'm dealing with, especially with confidence. But right now, I'm just trying to take it slow and be realistic with myself, and take it very, very slow, day by day. Give myself some off days, give myself some break, and don't overwork myself. I'm just, we're humans at the end of the day, and can't be perfect all the time. So I need to be realistic with myself and just chill out realistically. My favorite. To all the Japanese viewers, thank you. I'm sorry I haven't VTubed in a very long time. I'm sorry I haven't used my model or, done anything with collabing with other VTubers, but you guys are probably the sweetest people I've ever met, the sweetest people I've ever interacted with, and I appreciate you through and through. Thank you, seriously, and I appreciate you all.